Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So one of my other videos I showed what to do with the sticker letters and numbers that you don't know what to do with. Maybe you stop scrapbooking and you have a whole stack of them. I happen to get a whole bunch of them in a grab bag, and so I just put them all down willy-nilly and then painted over it, and then sewn around the edges for some interest, and then just inked it just a little bit so you can see the definition of those raised letters. And so what I'm doing today is that Artfully August Dear Julie channel challenge that I'm doing. It's the alphabet A to Z. One of those things is tape, and so washi is included in that. And so what I'm going to show you today is what I'm doing with the inside of these, because there is paint on the inside. Not a lot, but I just want to give you a little bit more writing space. And so what I'm doing is tearing out a piece of paper that has been dyed. I believe this is fruit punch, sugar-free. Make sure if you're going to use Kool-Aid or Crystal Light or anything like that, that it's sugar-free, because you don't want your papers to get moldy. And so I just tore them to fit, and then I used my Scotch Create glue stick to make sure that they're going to stay. And so I also did this the other day. This is alcohol inks on photo paper. That's just my bookmark. And so I have already torn a handful of these, but I'm just going to show you what I did real quick, so you get an idea of what I was doing. So I just took a piece of paper and I folded it in half, and then I just tore it down the middle. And this part doesn't matter, just tear off a piece of the top. And then you want to see how much more you need to tear off. And so right about there. And then we're going to tear this. Even though this is already torn, I'm just going to tear it a little bit more, just because it's a little too even in that tear. And then we're going to put this back down and figure out where we need to tear it here. And we're just going to tear that all the way down. And yes, I am going to keep those pieces because we will be doing something else with them. Okay, so I'll just put that aside because I'm only going to show you one today. But I did do both sides. So this is the washi tape that I'm going to use. It is orange, but kind of looks a little pink, only because I don't really have a lot of pink that will be able to cover all four of these sides. And so this is light orange enough where you're not going to really notice unless you're being picky. So I'm going to measure that and tear off just enough. And then I'm going to use my glue stick, because not all washi tape is very sticky. Some of it's super sticky. Just depends, I guess, on where you got it. This came either from Walmart or no, this one didn't come from Walmart. I got this one from Amazon in a pack. I think a pack of like 24. And once again, if I knew how to add the link to that, I would, but I was researching that, and I do believe that you need to have a website or something like that in order to get your links down there. Etsy, I don't have an Etsy store. I've just heard too many things about it that are out of my comfort zone to want to get involved with that. And since I'm so new, I would just rather not go there right now. Maybe in the future, but I'd rather have a website. So the only thing with this Scotch Create glue is that it is very sticky, and it's like a mushy stick, and so it is going to get everywhere, and your fingers are going to be sticky for a minute. And so I always make sure that I have baby wipes handy so I can get that stickiness off. Okay, always make sure you close that up. I'm only going to demonstrate one here. So just grab one. Normally I would ink, but I don't feel I want to this time. Oh no, well, this one needs it just because that is kind of light. So we're just going to grab our walnut stain and just quickly put some little bit of ink on that edge there. So my fingers are a little sticky, so it's kind of sticking there to the paper, but that's okay. I'll wash it when I'm done. Okay. You can use any color you like. I tend to gravitate toward the same colors. I have a vintage photo, I have walnut stain, black soot, and aged mahogany, and every now and again I will break out my forest moss. And I do have some other colors. I just kind of forget that I have those because those ones that I just mentioned are always on top of the pile because they are the most used. We're just going to take our Fabrifix and go all the way around the edge. Okay, I'm going to put that down. You don't have to worry about mashing the glue on this paper here, only with fabric, because the fabric might get bubbles in it, or bleed. You know, the glue will bleed through the fabric. And that cut that I got on my finger yesterday now has glue in it. It kind of hurts. So be careful. That's the that's the lesson here. Be careful with your craft knife. Okay. I think this is going to be super cute and not anything that was expected for this journal here. I always try and do something different so I'm not always repeating the same thing. That way every journal that I make is going to be one of a kind, and you know, they do tend to take on a life of their own, and I think it would be very difficult for me to duplicate something. Oh, I tore that one. Even if I'm, well, maybe if I did it at the same exact time, that would be one thing, but I have used some of the same papers for more than one journal, and you know, like I said, when I make a journal, it just tends to take on a life of its own, to the point where I usually have several going at one time, because I will make something and then I'll be like, I don't like that with this. It doesn't seem to mesh well for me. And so I'll just start making another journal. See, that's how sticky my fingers are. This is coming off. It's tearing really easy. That's one. Come on now. Okay. All right, hopefully this won't do the same thing. All right, make sure that it doesn't get tangled. And then just keep pulling it through. Oh, did I tear it again? I sure did. I don't know if that's on the top or the bottom. Oh, on the bottom, okay. And what I'm doing is making like a kind of photo frame, if you will. and I'm just putting this washi tape on the back side of the sewing part, just because I sewed on this side, and even though you can't really see it, you know, when you sew on paper, one side tends to get a little messy, just because you know, that's the bottom. Let me see if I can show you that. All right, well, let me put this piece on here real quick. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really do the same thing to fabric, but the stitch is going to be just a little bit, I don't know, not as neat as it is on the front side. Okay, always make sure you cover your ink. So I want that way. Okay. Okay. When I was videoing the other day, my phone kept saying, I don't even know exactly what it said, need more light, so I had to bring a lamp in here for my bedroom. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. I don't know if you can see how nice and neat and pretty that looks. And then you flip it over, and let me bring that in a little bit closer. Can you see that? You can see where all the holes poke through, and you can't really see that on this side. So there you go. I'm just going to do that one here, so where did it go? So you can see what it looks like. And there, you know, because there is paint down there. It's not like you can't write over that or anything, but I just thought that would be a neat way to add some colorful writing space. And so I'll do the rest of it off camera, and as soon as I'm done with this journal, which I only have a few more things that I need to do, I will do a complete flip through for you. So, okay, I hope you liked what you saw, and if you did, please hit like, subscribe, and share so you can get all my videos, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time. Stay tuned.